What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another NBA 2K25 video, and in today's video I have another episode of Rare Builds for you guys, as you can see on your screen. Today's episode we are creating a slashing point 4. So with that being said, let's jump into the video. Now obviously you have to make this build at the power forward position, otherwise you won't get the 4 name or point 4 name, because it's obviously the 4. Height, I went 6'8", 242 on the weight, and then the wingspan. Because this build doesn't have really any shooting, you can go ahead and max out the wingspan just so that you could play a little bit better defense and rebound a little better. But again, you can tweak this build how you like. So if you decide to make this build with some shooting, then obviously you can go lower on the wingspan or leave the wingspan default. Again, like I said, it's totally up to you. I made this build with no shooting whatsoever, just like a free throw. So you can, decide to do what you want to do with it. Again, like I said, you can tweak these builds. This is just a blueprint so you guys can get that name slashing point 4. You can tweak it how you like, okay? So this is what I went with. And then for the attributes, I went 75 on the close shot, went 80 on the driving layup, I went 93 on the driving dunk. So we are going to get those, contact dunk animations as well too. 54 on the standing with 57 on the post control, because this is just what I had left over. Mid-range, just threw it up to a 59, and then 3-point, I believe I threw up to a 49, and that's just because, like I said, I put this up as well too, my free throw up to an 84. Pass accuracy is going to be an 87. Your ball handle is going to be an 80, and then your speed with ball is going to be a 68. Again, you're going to have bronze bailout, versatile visionary, gold break starter, gold dimer, silver unpluckable, bronze handles for days, and bronze ankle assassin. The one thing I really like about this build is really just the pass accuracy, having that higher end on the pass accuracy. Even if you, decide to use some cap breakers on this build to put your pass accuracy or your ball handle up a little bit, you can actually run point, through this build. You could run the offense through this build in a rec or a 5v5 setting, which is what I kind of like about this build. Like, obviously, you're not going to be beating people off the dribble crazy because your speed with ball isn't super high, but matching up against another power forward or center, you're going to be able to take them off the dribble, and you're going to be able to take them off the dribble consistently, and because you have such high level of finishing, you're going to be able to finish at the rim or meet them at the rim. They're not going to just be, swatting your shit or anything like that, because you do have high driving dunk, and you do have a decent layup on this build, and you're going to have good layup badges and finishing badges as well too. Moving on to the defense, the build isn't too shabby on defense, nothing crazy, but it's not completely trash in my opinion. 74 interior defense, and I know people are going to say, well, that's trash, but you got to remember that shot contests in this game are coin flips. It's coin flips, okay? Whether it's perimeter contests or interior contests, it's coin flips. I've seen centers with 90+ interior defense get laid over and over and over again with 90+ interior defense by guards. I've seen dudes with 70 interior, 80 interior. Doesn't really matter. It's coin flip. Same thing with perimeter. I've seen dudes with 88, 92, 96. I have a lockdown with 97 perimeter, 96 steal by default. And I've gotten shot in my face. Splash. Open contest. Open contest. So it's coin flip on whether you're going to get that red or yellow contest, or whether you're just going to get an open contest and they're just going to hit the shot anyway. So it doesn't really make sense to completely cook your build by going 99 interior defense, 95 interior defense. Like, yeah, it can be useful, and if they do decide to patch the shot contest or fix the shot contest, obviously those builds are going to be absolutely demonic when it comes to stopping people and getting shot contests and whatnot. But as it stands right now, with no news or talk about them changing the shot contest system or boosting shot contest or whatever in this game, there's really no point to absolutely crucify your build going crazy high interior defense or even crazy high perimeter, but especially interior defense, just because perimeter defense you get other useful badges, so I don't mind people going high on the perimeter, but when it comes to interior defense, you're not really getting much badges. You see, you got 3 badges here. You got off-ball pass, you got paint patroller, and you got post lockdown. Like that's really it. And I guess maybe high flying denier, but that's not even interior defense. High flying denier is like block, speed, and vertical. So you're not really getting much for this anyway for you to really care about not going 99 on your interior defense. So just keep that in mind when you are making these builds. I went 63 on the perimeter defense, 74 on the interior. We went 60 on the steal because obviously, like I tell you guys, you want that bronze interceptor for those passing lane steal animations, being able to jump those passes. And then we went 88 on the block because I personally value block a little bit more than I value interior defense. I've seen dudes get laid with 90, 95, 99 interior defense. But if you can time it and you know, get a block, I've seen dudes get 6, 7, 8 blocks. On my center, even though I only got an 84 block, I use a takeover, which gets me like a 94 block. And I've gotten, you know, blocks, like 6, 7 blocks as well too, when I max out and get like full takeover. So I value block a little bit more than I value interior defense. I value paint patroller way more than I value high flying denier. This badge seems to be just completely useless, whereas paint patroller just isn't just for catching blocks, but it's also for making people miss and force it. It's like intimidator, you know, or the rim protector badge. It's not going to just pop up for blocks. It's going to also help you force people to miss as well too. So I value blocks and I value paint patroller more than I value interior defense and high flying denier. Moving on to our rebounding, we're going to have a 61 on the O board, and then we're going to have an 86 on the D board. And that's just because I really value, usually I would go O board and then a little bit on D board, but for a build like this where you're undersized, you're going to want to make sure that you have that defensive board. And I really don't care about the O board all that much. I care more so about the D board, you know what I'm saying? So, and because this is a dunking build more than it's about posting up and drop stepping and laying up, when you get in those dunk animations, you're not going to really be able to get on an offensive board. If you get blocked or stuffed at the rim, you're going to still be in an animation where the O board isn't even going to matter much. Like, you miss an alley-oop, you're not even going to be in position to grab the O board. So O board isn't going to matter much. O board is more so for builds that are going high close shot, high layup, you know, high post control where you're going to be drop stepping, hook shotting, because then you're still going to be in position once the shot goes up to then jump again and try to get the O board. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you're driving in for a layup or a dunk, you're not going to really be in position if you miss because you're still going to be in that animation. So that's why I kind of value the D board a little bit more on a build like this than I typically would with like a traditional center build or power forward build. Moving on to the physicals, we do have an 85 on the speed. So we will be able to get back on defense. We're not going to have to worry about that. We're going to have a 77 on the agility. We're going to have a 91 on the strength. So even though we're undersized at 6'8", you know, for most power forward centers, you still will be pretty strong down there. You will be able to box out and bang down low at 6'8", with a 91 strength. And then we also going to have an 83 vertical to round out this build. So again, your physicals will make up. You will be a little undersized, I guess, if you know, saying most power forwards are usually like 6'9", 6'10". But with the way the game is going now, you're seeing a lot of small forwards, 6'7", 6'8", getting pushed to power forward if you play solo rec. So most of the time, you're going to be matched up with somebody that's 6'8", 6'9". At the absolute worst, you might run into a center that's getting placed at power forward at 7 foot. Sometimes I get in a match and I'm placed at power forward, or I'm playing with somebody else that's 7 foot that gets placed at power forward. But the point is, the physicals are going to make up for that. You're going to have a 91 strength. You're going to have an 83 vertical. In most cases, you're going to be way faster than them. If they're 7 feet, you're looking at a 70 speed max unless they go minimum weight, which if they go minimum weight, then you're going to have the advantage when it comes to strength as well too. So either way, you're going to be fine. You know, your physicals are going to make up for you being undersized. Again, gold high flying denier, gold slippery off ball, silver physical finisher for when you get pulled out of those dunk animations, Hall of Fame strong handle, gold box out beast, brick wall, bronze immovable enforcer, and bronze post lockdown. And then that 83 vertical getting you gold posterizer, Hall of Fame aerial wizard and silver pogo stick. And then, of course, when we create our build, we'll see the shades of. We see Draymond Green, we see Shawn Kemp, and we also see Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then, of course, our build name, which is the Slashing Point 4. So there you have it. This is my Slashing Point 4 build for NBA 2K25. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K25 content. And, of course, more rare builds like this. I'm out, y'all. Peace.